like to call to order the Cottrellville Township Board meeting for today, Wednesday, April 10th, 2019 at 7:30. Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Welcome, everybody. Roll call attendance, please.
Tom?
Here.
Sue?
Here.
Kathy?
Here.
Mary Agnes?
Here.
Sherry? Here.
Okay, we have, I need an agenda approval for a couple of things that we're adding to the agenda. The first one is Kelly Law Firm. I gave you a copy of that in today's packet. $1,175 is what we owe, and this is getting very near the end of the M. Todd Chartier versus Cottrellville Township. There's also another add-on for Duluth Construction, where he dug up and replaced a water shutoff at 906 Carroll Street, and that was $1,665. Both of those came in after I had already sent you your agenda packet. So we have that as currently listed as opens was $266.80. The Kelly Law Firm and the Duluth Construction at $1,175 and $1,665. We have a grand total of $3,106.80 now. And under new business, I had given you a quote at the last meeting for Kennedy Industries for a mission package for the last 4 sewer stations in the amount of $11,581. We're going to need approval for that. And that last item I didn't delete, sorry. Disregard the announcements. Okay. Do we have any other additions or deletions to the approval? If not, I would entertain a motion to approve the agenda with these additions.
I'll make a motion to approve the agenda with these additions.
Do I have a second?
I'll second it.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor signify by saying aye. Roll call vote, please.
Tom?
Yes.
Mary Agnes?
Yes.
Kathy?
Yes.
Sue?
Yes.
Sherry?
Yes. Motion carried. Thank you. The next item is the consent agenda. There are Township Board minutes for a regular meeting on March 13. Also a budget workshop meeting on Wednesday, March 20th. The budget workshop public hearing for the budget for the year ending 3/31/2020. A special meeting to approve the new budget, and these were all on March 25th. We also have the approval of the treasurer's reports. The investment report as of March 31st, including all CDs and money markets. The reconciliation of the general checking, number 5667, as of 2/28/2019. Reconciliation of the tax account, 3905, as of 3/31/2019. And the cash summary report by account general fund as of March 31st, 2019, in the following funds. Approval of the clerk's reports, revenue and expenditure report ending March 31st, 2019. Approval of paychecks, payroll dates from May 1st through March 31st, and the total gross amount of $16,646.98. The accounts payable now with the new number of $3,106.80, and $312,604.05 is what's already been paid. 26 checks totaling from 19/9/84 through 2009. We also have under correspondence, the Marine City Fire Authority Department runs for March. Ira Township's runs for March 2019. Did we get a credit card?
No, we did not.
Okay, we don't have a credit card, so that's a zip. We'll catch up next month. I don't know, they must be sending them out at a different time now, because we used to have them for
They
these
sent
meetings.
it late last time, remember we were
Last
talking about
three
that, you and I?
times.
Yeah.
Assessor's report regarding the tentative dollar amount after March border review prior to the July-December border review and any Michigan Tax Tribunal cases. If there's, I propose a motion for the consent agenda to be approved as presented.
Just that darn old reconciliation of the tax account should be 2/28/19, and maybe we'll start getting on board with it every month on time.
The tax account is?
Yeah, on C2C,
Okay.
should be 228,019.
All right. With that correction, do we have a motion to approve?
I'll make a motion to approve the consent agenda.
Do we have a second?
I'll second.
We have a motion and a second to approve the consent agenda as presented with that correction. All in favor signify by saying aye with a roll call vote, please.
Kathy?
Yes.
Sue?
Yes.
Tom?
Yes.
Mary Agnes?
Yes,
Sherry? Yes.
motion carried. Thank you. Is there anyone in the audience that would like to address the board from the podium regarding anything that's already listed on the agenda? 7:39, there's nothing. We'll continue with unfinished business. We're going to discuss the next step to collecting delinquent personal property from AJ's Restaurant. Kathy, do we have good news on that?
Yes, it's been collected.
Oh, wow.
Dum, dum, dum. No, it's all good. We're down to zip on that list, 0.
He
We-
told me not to put it in until the 15th. so
Right, so, right. but
How
we're
much
good.
was it?
We're almost
What was the total? Because we had the one amount that came out.
there. 1,100 something.
Yeah, so he's all good.
That's
We
good.
appreciate him coming in, paying it, and now we're down to 0 on that list.
Very good.
Good.
All right,
Good.
we'll go on to new business. St. Clair County Road Commission work orders for the following locations and amounts. And that will authorize the supervisor and the clerk to execute the documents. The first one is from the Cottrellville Township Drain Fund, $8,887 to replace a crossroad tube 950 feet north of Plank Road with a 24-inch by 52-foot, 14-gauge polycoat corrugated metal pipe, including 22A limestone, asphalt seating, mulching, and furnishing all labor, materials, and services necessary. Do we have a motion to, you want to do these all individual, right? Do we have a motion to approve that as presented?
I'll make a motion to approve it.
I'll second.
All right, we have a motion to approve, and we are spending money, and we have a second. Please, roll call vote, please.
Mary Agnes?
Yes,
Sue?
Yes.
Kathy?
Yes.
Tom?
Yes.
Sherry? Yes.
motion carried, thank you. The next item is furnish and deliver and grade into place for an estimated $24,293.88, with the township share being $4,858.77, leaving a balance to be paid by Cottrellville of $19,435.11. Stone to be furnished and delivered for the cost of $16.11 per ton, and this is considered the local limestone match program. The first item is approximately 884 tons of 22A limestone on Roberts Road between M29 and Marsh Road. Do we have a motion? Well, let's put them together. Approximately 624 tons of 22A limestone on Broadbridge Road between Marsh and McKinley Roads. Do we have a motion to approve that amount?
I'll make a motion to approve the amount for limestone haul.
I'll second.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor signify by saying aye, and a roll call vote, please.
Mary Agnes?
Yes.
Sue?
Yes.
Kathy?
Yes.
Tom?
Yes.
Sherry? Yes.
Motion carried, thank you. The next item is furnish and deliver and grade into place for the estimated cost of $48,587.76 for the 2019 local roads contractor limestone haul for the estimated cost of it's not money, it's 3,016 tons at the cost of $16.11 per ton. That would be 58 52-ton train loads. The first road is Lozon between Marsh and McKinley. We'll get 11 train loads. McKinley Road between Shea and Ginaw is 10 train loads. The Ginaw Road between Marsh and McKinley would be 11 train loads. Ginaw Road between McKinley and Morrow would be 5 train loads. Morrow Road between Shea and Ginaw is 10 train loads. Angling Road between Morrow and Starville will be 7 train loads. Angling Road between the dead end and Starville, 4 train loads. Do we have a motion to approve 3,016 tons of stone?
I'll make the motion to approve 3,016 tons of stone.
I'll second.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor signify by saying aye. Roll call vote, please.
Tom?
Yes.
Kathy?
Yes.
Sue?
Yes.
Mary Agnes?
Yes.
Sherry? Yes.
Okay, our next item is, motion carried. Next one is swath mowing, which is just cutting the grass alongside of the road, between 1 and 5 feet, depending on the locale. In the local roads, approximately 35 miles of road mowing at the cost estimate of $3,192. We have a motion to approve that.
I'll make a motion to approve the mowing.
We have a second?
I'll second.
Very good. All in favor signify by saying aye by roll call vote, please.
Mary Agnes?
Yes.
Tom?
Yes.
Sue?
Yes.
Kathy?
Yes.
Sherry? Yes.
Motion carried. Thank you very much. Apply one application of 21% chloride to local roads, gravel roads, obviously, in Cottrellville Township for the cost estimate of $13,052. Do we have a motion to approve that 21% chloride?
I'll make a motion to approve the 21% chloride.
I'll second it.
All right, we have a motion and a second. We need a roll call vote for the approval.
Kathy?
Yes.
Tom?
Yes.
Sue?
Yes.
Mary Agnes?
Yes.
Sherry? Yes.
Motion carried. Thank you again. Furnish labor, materials, and services necessary to replace the crossroad tube on Shortcut Road at Starville Road with a 30-inch by 70-foot 14-gauge polycoats corrugated metal pipe, including 22A limestone, asphalt, seating, and mulching. The cost estimate on this is $10,306. Do I have a motion to approve that spending of $10,306?
I'll make a motion to approve the cost estimate of $10,306.
Do I have a second?
I'll second.
We have a motion and a second to approve that. All in favor signify by saying aye by roll call vote, please.
Tom?
Yes.
Sue?
Yes.
Kathy?
Yes.
Mary Agnes?
Yes.
Sherry? Yes.
Motion carried. Thank you very much. We have a memo from the assessor, Barb Schutt, regarding the FEMA meeting. I don't know if you want to read that into the record, or we included it in the stuff we put on the website, right?
Yep.
In the packet? All right,
It was in the packet,
unless
yes.
if somebody wants to read that, or we can suspend that and just go on with the approval of accepting it and filing it.
I say we just go on with the approval, accepting and filing it.
All right, is that in the form of a motion now?
That's a motion.
All right, do we have a
I'll
second?
second.
No fight, ladies and gentlemen. All right, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Nays? Hearing none, motion carried. Thank you very much. Okay, first resolution for the Township Public Service Fire and Police Special Assessment, to initiate a special assessment to raise money to fund the fire protection through the Marine City Area Fire Department Authority and the Ira Township Fire Department in the millage rate of .8808 mils for fire and .1192 for police protection. The first resolution is in your packet. If adopted, it would allow the township to proceed with the next step in holding a public hearing with an amount of the cost of each property owner for each parcel in the township. Should this be adopted, a second, a third, and a fourth resolution for this matter would also be scheduled, as well as a second public hearing. Do we want to read that or suspend the reading? Because that was also in the,
Can we do this like in two resolutions, so they're two separate things, so if one doesn't work out, you can just get rid of it?
the only way you can do it is either suspend it all or take it all, because we put them together.
Yeah, but
I think you mean police, separate police
police from fire, yeah.
Or do you have
A
to-
separate resolution for fire and police.
Well, then she's got to run two rolls,
When you run two rolls.
two tax assessment rolls, to give everybody an amount.
Yeah.
But do you just not want police, is that what you're saying?
No, just in case it doesn't work out, or they don't want to do it, and then we've got a resolution for, if we had them singly, then I think it would be a lot better than to lump them together.
Okay, but at this point in time,
And we really don't know. I mean, where the police going to go? Are they going to cover the whole township? Or
yes, they would have to cover the whole township.
so, only certain days?
We would have to put a schedule together, because you don't have a lot of money coming in. You only
Right,
got about
well, I
15
see
grand.
there's 15,000, so
Yeah.
how, many miles can they go and how many days a week and,
Well, we'd have to get with the sheriff and see how much they would actually furnish us, and then Clay Township has also offered to furnish us a man and a car for $55 an hour. So that kind of... But at this point, we're just going to entertain the proposed services. If you don't want to do the whole thing, then we would have to start all over again.
I just think
if
it
you
should be
wanna-
2 separate resolutions.
Okay, well, at this point in time, the board has to decide whether we're gonna do it. And then, at that point, I mean, we won't get it on the tax bill for July if we skip a week, because we got this really tight.
Yeah, but I still think there should be 2 separate resolutions. One
Okay,
is
well-
fire, one is police.
Why don't you take a vote between these?
All right, you making that in the form of a motion? You wanna separate it? You want two
Yes,
separate
yeah,
ones?
I make a motion to separate.
All right,
the
do we have a
fire
second
from-
to that? Hearing none?
Nobody
Dyke
wants a
for
second?
lack of support.
Okay.
All right. Do we want to read this thing? Or are you pretty well averse to what we're doing here?
This is just the first step before it goes,
Exactly. It's just the first step. And then what authorizes Barb to run us a tab on what it will cost. She's given us a cost estimate down here, how much it'll raise. And over a 4-year period. Has everybody in the audience read this thing yet? No, you didn't.
So maybe just, okay, so 219, it's gonna raise for a total with between fire and police, 129, 469.35, right?
No, that's the amount of real
Combined.
property that's costing.
Oh, okay.
The rate is only gonna raise $114,036.60.
For fire.
So, yeah, so if we need around 110, we'll be putting 4,000 in the fund balance as a line item for this only.
Okay.
Then the following year, it'll go up to like 129, 469. They figure the taxable value goes up about 2/10 of a point, right? 2/10 of a percentage? Is that what they've been using over the last few years? This first year too, we will be splitting it
Splitting it,
between
that's why.
summer
Okay.
and winter. Would be 57,000, and fire would, or police would be 7,700 roughly. So, and then from then on, it's, it's gonna total that, and it would be only a 4-year thing from 2019 through 2022. At that point in time, if it was not popular, we would just not renew it.
Mary Agnes, what
Yes.
protection did you have with a line item that, say, you don't come back in, this board doesn't come back in, and new board comes in, that the money won't be used? Because I remember-
Everybody that sits in that audience is hearing what I'm saying. And when I sat out there, that's what I was doing. I was babysitting the fund balance too. And when you make a motion and you give a resolution, it dedicates money to a certain line item, your treasurer and your clerk are your two people that double check that. But, we've got 2 competent trustees too that know this is the game we play. We
If
try
you
to
change-
make things so close.
even if the board changes, it's still a line item, it can't be used for anything else even with a new board.
Well, we can catch them
Because
doing
we
it.
had so much problems, that's why I asked the question.
Well, anybody in the audience that, just get a hold of the newspaper, I suppose. But, Mr. Barnes,
I know this is out of order maybe, but on this tax increase and stuff, right now, we got the fire authority, and usually the state police come out for anything. I never seen a Marine City police come out for anything. So,
Well,
what are we going to, are we replacing something we don't need,
well,
or why do we need it?
we have quite a few problems in the Shangri-La Trailer Park. And the Marine City Police won't come out without a backup, either the sheriff or the state police, because it's pretty dangerous. So, we've got some problems along the river there too. Martindale Court and some of those little short places that have very small cottages that they're renting out, and sometimes the people are transient and they come and go a lot, and there's problems there too, and we have the same problem.
Well, you could add to it as well, like, you know, if you, just like the people on the River Road who came in and filled out, you know, listed their names and asked for special attention to their street. If we had a car and it was contracted out specifically for certain hours that, you know, during the day or maybe on weekends or whatever, you could have that as part of the contract. Maybe they'd patrol, you know, high-speed areas, or we could call, and maybe that car, if we know that the hours that they're patrolling, if you're a resident and you know that they're patrolling, you could call the sheriff's department or whoever we contract, and you would know that there'd be a car in the area, you know. I don't think we wouldn't replace anything, we'd be adding to what we have by the sheriff's department, state police, because, you know, and they do a great job, but we're not always a priority out here because we're more of a rural area, so.
And they don't come out now probably that much unless they're called on. And
Yeah.
if we had one under contract, they could kind of patrol
They'd be in the
the
area
problem
already.
areas. Just a little drive-by, maybe a wake-up call for some of these people to straighten up a little bit more.
When I worked at Clay Township, when they contracted with IRA, there were the hours were designated. They, you know, so when we dispatched, we knew that car was going to be in Ira Township between these, I don't want to say when, in case anybody's listening, no. They would patrol the areas, and so you knew there was a car in that area all the time in that hours. And they started out a little less hours and then increased it, because they were doing a good job. So it really cut down on the accidents along M29, things like that, you know, so.
I know years ago, Marine City used to come out here, because I know that there were times when somebody's house was broken into, Marine City would get out here right away. And I don't know if it's from that shooting on Shea Road some years
Could be.
ago
That's when
that
it
they
kinda
stopped
dropped off.
coming. I think that's when it stopped, but I know they used to.
Well, sometimes and I'm just going back from my experience as a dispatcher, if you don't have somebody available that's coming from the sheriff's department, might be up in Port Huron, so if it's an emergency call, they'll come running, they're mutual aid type situation, but they're not supposed to go into other people's areas unless, you know, there's a reason.
Yeah, and I don't know, they still can do
Yeah,
that.
I don't know.
I don't have any idea.
I'm out of the loop.
I know it used to be, but I don't know what's happened.
I know that from my years of experience, that preventive patrolling, you know, my limited experience, but I remember
25 years is a
all
long
the
time.
accidents along the, you know, it's not just traffic control, but all the preventive type police work is, if people wanted that, it does work, you know.
You busy just sit in the car on Shea Road.
You're right.
Sit the car, you're going.
McKinley and Shea,
By
right?
100 miles an hour, boom, every night you can catch them.
Well, now they can go faster because the road's nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It used to be hard to travel that fast and hit all them bumps.
It's good to have people know that Cottrellville is not without police. Whereas word gets around, you know, you can get away with things, move into Cottrellville, you can get away with things. So it's good too.
They're rebuilding their brand-new Shea Road too, by the way.
They're rebuilding it?
Yeah, there's holes all over the place. I'll make a motion to approve this resolution to go to the next step.
And I'll second. Because this is a resolution number R2019-03-1, we need a roll call vote on it, please.
Mary Agnes?
Yes.
Kathy?
Yes.
Tom?
Yes.
Sue?
No.
Sherry?
Motion carried.
Yes.
Oh, I'm sorry, I forgot about you again. Okay. Let's see what else we got. we had a request by our treasurer, Kathy Shu, to discuss some possible changes in due dates for special assessments for water main districts 2A, number 3, and number 4. You want to elaborate there?
Yeah, I just wanted to bring up that Nicole and I discussed changing the dates that the mailings were sent out because we're less than 100 residents at this time. And we checked with our county treasurer, who stated that we could change those dates as long as the interest and that we don't add any additional interest by doing that. It doesn't change anybody's total payment or interest payment, their principal and interest. So right now, we send out 2 at the end in July, and they're due August 31st, and then 3 and 4 are sent out in August and due August 31st. But what we want to do for 2 reasons is, first of all, it'd be one mailing, send it out July 11th, and have it due August 30th. That would give people more time to pay it. And then the last day to pay with any interest, if you didn't get your payment in by August 30th, you have till November 4th. Because we roll everything over to the winter taxes, and it would give us more time to collect the payments, get everything ready to roll to winter tax. We'd be posting it on the website. We could, we'll give them all the due dates, but it just makes more sense to send them all same time, have them do it the same time, and roll them over all together at the same time, So that's,
Also allows us to have the funds in the account.
Yes.
To
to pay the bills. We know what we've collected before you actually send everything out. So even though we have the money in there, at least we'd have a total prior to the bond payments for both districts. So that's my request, and go ahead, Beth.
I don't agree with you because the 2A is already going into the 11th year, and 3 and 4 are entering the 10th year. These people are so used to this, I don't think it's going to work out to the people's advantage.
Well,
It will be for you guys, but I don't think it's going to work out for the people.
it'll give them more time.
But you don't understand, there's a lot of people that don't understand their bills, the math, etc. I think it's going to be very confusing.
Well,
Not to everybody,
Yeah.
don't get me wrong.
I think
To a lot of people, it's going to...
the bill's pretty, we've made a lot of changes within the, how the tax bill looks, and we haven't had any problem.
Yeah, but
That
it
wasn't
still
ever
comes
changed.
at the same
Yeah.
time.
No, we could give it a shot and see,
Well, I think you're playing, I just think it's not gonna work.
My understanding, okay, so if we take a water payment and the winter taxes and put them together into one lump sum, for some people, that might make it hard all of a sudden to...
No,
That's not what we're
that's
doing,
not what we're
Mr.
doing.
Barnes.
No?
It's two separate, we usually send them out in July and August. This would just be that they're both sent out
Yeah,
in
it's
July.
water.
Oh, okay.
This would be your special assessments for your lines and your water.
The only time it rolls to taxes is if somebody didn't get to pay it, and then it goes on the December tax.
I mean, for myself, I have not seen that anybody has done from the beginning, make sure the money's where it's supposed to be. And then if you do this, it's really gonna mess it up. If you did that first and got everything straightened out, to know that Water District 2A has the right amount of money, and Water District 3A, just recently, I've been going through my paperwork that I had at home. And 3A definitely is way bigger, with a lot more money. And it started out where it was balanced. But all of a sudden, I know that one time you said you had to borrow money or something to make the payment?
No, what I said was, when I first took office, I didn't know how it worked. And I didn't know with the CDs, the way the CDs were set up.
But see, I don't think any of that's been straightened out yet. And the
Well,
auditors have recommended for 2 years to recheck it, and nobody seems to be doing
Well,
it.
I
It
just
has been
talked,
straightened
yeah,
out.
I
It
just
has
talked
been.
to
The money is going where it's supposed to go.
Yeah,
And it's been reconciled every month.
Right,
just
for the
as
whole year.
auditors told us to.
Yeah, we've been doing that. We think it would be a good idea.
Well, that's one of the things that Nicole is going to be working on shortly. I spoke to her this morning about another one for Carroll Street.
Yeah.
And then these three here too. So it's something that she's going to be working on. As we process here, you'll understand some of this a little bit later, but.
Do you know how many, I can't remember when we first started, do you have an idea of how many we had starting out total?
I don't know offhand, I would have to go and look at it.
A lot
before.
depends on who pays off too, which
Right.
people are paying off.
Oh, that's why I said,
Yeah.
you know, and what did they do with that money of the people who paid off their accounts? I thought Mr.
It
Barnes
went into the
asked a
fund.
number
It
of
goes
months
into
ago.
the fund based on their principal and the interest that
Yeah,
they owe.
and like the interest that's earned, you know, there's a lot of questions.
Not
that people
anymore.
had.
We've
Well, I
got-
don't believe that you have said anything, because I know in the 2 years that I've asked way back, I don't think anybody has ever said, we're working on it.
It's been brought
Well,
up a couple
yeah,
of times.
It's been brought up before, but we're limited on time. We're going to give Nicole a few more hours to work on this sort of thing. She's going to be
We'll
hopefully.
be working with Barb
Yeah.
and going over it, and I want to be involved as well. to
And I had her-
see. I don't know if there is we don't know if there is an issue, really, yet.
Well, I
No,
can
we
tell
don't.
her, I can tell there is, because
Yeah.
there's too much money in that one account.
Well, we don't
And-
know
and
that if
we
it's
don't.
how
We
far
think
back
it was up to
goes.
snuff when you were here as treasurer, but I think when Sandy came in, I think the auditor may have given her some wrong advice. She
Yes,
put it in the
they
wrong
kept saying
account.
to put it in 2A. I just talked to her a couple months ago,
Okay,
and she said, yeah, they told me to put it in 2A.
well, she should have questioned it, because
I know. Well,
I mean, when I
I
came
know.
back from being gone for 3 years and I saw all that money in there, I knew that was wrong. And I've been
Right.
trying to get time to do that, and we've got some, we've given that to Nicole as a little project she's gonna work on here shortly. So between her and Barb, we'll get this straightened out this year.
And
I know
then this,
Barb would have good records.
this
Yep.
doesn't have anything to do with what you're, I mean, I understand what you're asking. This is just sending out the bills for the individual accounts. We know, we corrected the GL numbers, we know, we've questioned everything on the interest, we've broke it down. This is just the billing, and it still applies to the same residents that owe and the same amount of interest that they owe based on their annual installment payment, and we just want to combine it, because it seems like,
When you say combined,
combine the mailings.
The
right, I was gonna say, make sure you don't say.
Yeah.
No,
combined.
we're
As a-
not
No.
mingling funds.
We're gonna
No.
take
They're two
two
separate
separate
accounts.
mailings and just do them at the same time in July.
Our bottom line is just to make sure that people that pay off their
Yeah.
assessment don't get another bill later on.
And really, we have a lot of people coming in saying, can I pay, when's my assessment bill? Which is kind of strange.
Yeah.
They
Well,
do
a lot
come,
of people expressed that they were due at the end of the year, it's Christmas time.
Right, they wanna
have
come in
whatever
winter
funds,
taxes,
Taxes
everything
are
comes
coming up
right.
that are due.
Gives them a little bit of time.
So, really only one of the mailings is changing, the other one already went out in July, so
Yeah.
this will give them more time.
Anyways,
If there's no further discussion, I would like to make that motion, if you can word it for me.
I would like to make a motion to mail out District 2A, District 3 and 4 billings or invoices on July 11th with a due date of August 30th.
And special assessments for
For
water.
special assessments, District 2A and District 3 and 4.
And I would support that.
Yes, me too.
What'd you say?
Me too.
Oh. All right, all in favor signify by roll call vote, please.
Tom?
Yes.
Sue?
Yes.
Kathy?
Yes.
Mary Agnes?
Yes,
Sherry? Yes.
motion carried. Thank you very much. Public comments.
Could I say something first?
Oh, sure, I'm sorry.
I am not against the fire millage or the police. I just thought they should be separate, but I'm not against either one of them.
Okay.
I just didn't think that the way it's being done was, I just didn't think it should be done that way, so. But I'm not against them.
Okay. Mr. Barnes?
I'd like to ask a question, if we could. I noticed on Shea Road, we're building houses after house after house. And since Barb is our assessor, is there any way we can get like maybe a monthly or every 2 month update on the increased values that we are going to be taxing?
Not until it's completed, until Bill does the final inspection, gives him a certificate of occupancy, that's when we'll know what the cost is.
Right, but I'm saying, where Barb can come and say, well, now, we got, well, as this takes place, okay, when it's finalized, like now, we're saying we're paying we're getting $100. Okay, when they come in, they we get 150. We're gonna know. I know what I wanna know how our
Nicole, do you
revenues
recall?
are going up, you know what
Do you
I'm saying?
recall what
She
she
gets
said
the
about,
number
what's the
once a
estimate that she
year.
gave us that it was, I don't know, it was almost over $1 million for
Yeah.
just up till December 31st.
I know there was another one coming up there on Shea Road too.
We're getting people coming in, it's
She
been
hasn't gotten the
crazy.
numbers yet from the county, because she gets all that.
Well, you know, I mean, we just want to
The
know how we're
assessment.
growing in terms
In
of
the area.
taxable income.
I can give you, if you want a list of the homes that were built, and we can give you what their estimate was when they applied for the permit, but lots of times those aren't very accurate, so. But we can give you that total if you want. Patricia, can I help you?
No, I was
Oh, you're just stretching?
resting there.
Okay.
Yeah, and I know she sent out some questionnaires recently to the new builds too,
Yes,
so
yes.
I don't even think she knows at this time, you know.
Mr. Arlo, I know you're dying to come up to the, Yep, would you please approach the podium and we'll get you on the record, sir?
Yeah, Jim Arlo, 65 Marsh Road. And I was just wondering if you guys had any consideration at all, or, looked at that petition that was presented to you at the last meeting, and if anything at all has been done yet, or are you still considering options, or?
We're still got a list of things going that we're trying to kick around till and then we're gonna go to the attorney with it.
Okay,
That's that parcel of property at 6590, is it not?
yes.
Marsh Road with the fence.
Yep, just because there's, still a lot of things going on and nothing's really improved, Okay, thank you.
All right, sir. Mr. Deitch, you got anything on your mind, sir? Okay. Anybody else? All right, any board, I better do the announcements. We have the annual Easter egg hunt for our Easter Bunny for the Cottrellville Township kids and anyone in the surrounding area. It'll be this Saturday, April 13th at 12 noon. It's gonna be in the Township Park behind the hall here, unless it's snowing or raining or blowing, then we'll move it into this room and we'll try to keep the kids from tracking mud through everything and have the Easter egg hunt right outside here on this north side of the building. We've got kids registered, there's about 40 right now, but they're still coming in 10 or 12 at a time, so. That's about all we have. That'll be the grand opening for our opening of our township park for the summer. Is there any board member comments, anything you want to ask or discuss, or frost law comes off on Thursday, huh?
Tomorrow morning, 8 o'clock.
8 o'clock. I knew that would make you happy.
Can I get a copy of the petition? That's probably when I missed, when I was out sick. And
Okay.
I never did hear about that.
Our roads looked really nice.
Oh,
After our drive with the road commission,
Oh, they worked on our road
our
nicely.
road looks
Yeah,
really nice right now.
Yeah.
It looks twice as wide as it was, because they did all the mowing off to the,
They pulled the shoulders in with the.
Yeah.
clean the
Looks
shoulders
nice.
up.
Yeah, and they went all the way down to
wash my car.
Marsh Road. Yeah, so when they got done,
they
I
did a
went and
good
washed
job.
my van, and then, 2 days later, it rained.
All right, well, if there's no other business, what I'd like to do is adjourn this meeting temporarily so we can go into closed session. We're going to be discussing some employee stuff, and we'll dismiss everyone in the audience, and then we'll come back in and do the final adjournment. I need a motion to adjourn
I'll make the motion to
Temporarily.
adjourn temporarily for a closed session.
at
I'll
8:12.
second. I'll second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Are you sticking
Motion
around?
carried.